Hello there, this is Lauren with Bold Notion Quilting, and tonight we are going to do the bump back feathers, also known as long arm or heirloom feathers. Now to do these feathers, what we're going to do is when I'm practicing, I give myself defined spaces to practice in, otherwise my feathers get huge. I often will give myself a spine, okay, and I'll try to do a curve. I like a curve. You can do straight lines if you want. And with my marking tools, however I've marked my sides and my spine, I give myself some imaginary lines from the center of the arch to the edge of my quilting area. And as I'm approaching them, I try not to pass them. So if I'm stitching my feather, right, at the beginning, we're going to do half a heart, up, around, and down, just like you do with every other feather that we've done, okay? But when you come to the bottom, instead of backtracking right here along this line, what you're going to do is come up, around, touch. You bump back right along this edge of the petal, okay? And then you pull your feather out to fill the space, come back down and into the spine. Come up, around, and touch, bounce back on the petal, fill the space, and you just continue that till you get to the top. Now I want to show you with this line, I try not to pass it as I'm approaching it, okay? So when I bump back, when I get here, I sometimes have to bump back a lot, like all the way to down here, to where I can make another pretty petal. And then when I'm here, when I bump back, I just bump back enough to where I can fit a little curve in here so it looks as though my feather is wrapping around. Come up, and then you just fill the space. Okay, and you keep doing that. And when you're done, you're going to see a lot of movement and flow with your feather. If you cannot do these curves, if they're hard for you, do a straight feather all the way up and practice. So we're going to start. You can practice kind of getting a feel for how you like them. Follow the edges. Just keep practicing feathers until you find something that you like. So this is my spine. I'm going to go ahead and tack down my thread, and my chalk is going to fade away as I'm stitching. It's totally fine. I expect that to happen. So we're going to do our half of a heart. Touch. Now, the only reason I went so deep is because I want to fill that space. Up and touch, bump back, up, around, and down. You can start by stitching your spine if you'd like. That's completely up to you. I don't like to stitch my spine. I get enough thread in there as it is. Come around. Half the time, I won't even backtrack in my spine. So I still have to practice getting better at that. So now what I'll do is I'll start the other side. Half a heart. Curl it around, touch. Ooh, I touched my arch and didn't realize it. That middle part I didn't want to go over. And then you just use that line to help you curl your feather around. The better you get at it, the more your feathers will touch. And that is your bump back feather. So those lines just allow me to create this movement right here. You don't have to do that, but I find that it's difficult to move your way around these arches without something to kind of guide you for how to tuck your feathers in. I think what I'll do is another video next week where I will do a circular feather, or mostly circular feather, just to kind of show you how I would divide that and stitch those feathers to get a really good flowing look like I did on that black quilt with the blue thread that I posted. So thank you all for joining us for this. Please share with anyone who would like it. You can like the page Bold Notion Quilting, follow to get the videos as they come out. Sorry if this is distracting, I have to pull the thread. And you can visit me on Instagram at Bold Notion Quilting. And thank you so much for everyone who watches. Please feel free to give me some ideas if there's some cool things that I could stitch out for you to maybe help you better understand how to stitch, or thread paths to follow, you know what I mean? But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Have a good day.